Hello everyone, welcome to the Flutist Programmer, where code and music meet creativity. And today, I'm going to show you how can you build an authentication system. So if you want to know how robust applications works at the time of logging a user, sign up a user, and also the functionality of Forgot Password, this is the video for you. If you like the video and you want to see more tutorials like this, don't forget that you can help me by hitting the like button, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. Also, if you have any questions, don't forget that you can make a post on the comment section and I will be more than happy to help you. This lesson is going to be divided in different video series, so in this way we can cover the key features on each video, and also it's not going to be very overwhelming for you. Before we dive into the coding session, I'm going to give you a live demo of how the app looks like, so in this way you know what you are going to be building with me in this video series. Let's go to the monitor. The app that we are going to be building today is an authentication system app. As you can see here, we have a form that is going to be divided between a login form, a sign-up form, and also we'll be having a modal that says Forgot Password. So basically, since we don't have a user, we are going to sign up. So let's put here carlos@hotmail.com, for example, and then let's put some password. As you see here, we also have the functionality of showing or hiding the password. So this is for verifying the password. And once we click on the sign up, so for example, here, password needs to be at least 6 characters. So let's put here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because the passwords need to be matched. Good. So let's click on sign up again. And once we click on sign up, it will be opening an alert that says sign up successfully, please login. Good. And once we click on the OK, as you see, we are then redirected again to the login form. So here, for example, I'm going to put the ground credentials. So let's put here carlos dot something gibberish @.com and then the password. And if I click on login, this will be saying invalid email or password. Or if, for example, here I don't put an email that is following the email format, so let's say this, for example, and I click on login, this will be telling me that of course I need to enter an email with the email format appropriate. So let's put the correct information. Next, let's click on login. And once we click on login, this will be redirecting us to the dashboard page. In this case, we are getting an alert again and says login successful, redirecting. Let's click on OK. And once we are redirected, we will be on another page that in this case is dashboard.html. And here it will be displaying our information. Welcome to your dashboard. Your authentication token email was successfully retrieved from local storage, because we will be using local storage in this lesson. And then here we have the status and also the email that we use. If by some reason we want to log out, we just click on here on the logout, and we are going to be redirected to in this case, the login page. So let's say that, for example, maybe I forgot my password. I can click here on Forgot Password. And here, for example, let's try by putting an incorrect email. And if I click on here, it will say user with email Carlos is not registered. Good. So now let's try with the correct one. And you see, password recent link sent to carlos@hotmail.com. Check your email. Okay, so as you see, we are building a robust, in this case, authentication system that of course is not following the guidelines or by using a database or some other authentication mechanisms. But in this lesson, you are going to learn how an authentication logic works in the background, so you know how the users are determining if they are going to be authenticated or not according to their credentials, and also at the time of registering and forgetting the password. So let's go to the coding section, because we are going to have a lot of knowledge on this lesson, and also I'm going to show you step by step how can you do this form. Let's start by setting the folder where we are going to be working on today's lesson. This authentication system is going to be divided on two videos. So in this video, the first one, we are going to be covering all the HTML and the CSS. And then on another video, we will be covering all the interaction, in this case with JavaScript. Since we are going to be making a project that is quite longer than usual, that's why I decided to divide the video in two. So in this way, the content is going to be more easy to digest, and also we are going to be explaining in more details on each video. Okay, so let's start by creating the folder. I already have it here on the desktop location as always. Then let's proceed to open the folder. In this case, I use Visual Studio Code, and the browser in my choice, as always, is also in this case Google Chrome. So we are going to start by creating all the necessary files that we need. So first, as always, we are going to create index.html, then styles.css, and script.js. Good. And now, since we are going to have another page that is called dashboard, we are going to create all the same files but for the dashboard page, but we are going to be grouping all of them in a folder. So let's create a folder inside of it, and we are going to set to be dashboard. Good. And inside of dashboard, we are going to create dashboard.html. We are going to be naming with the same name. Then dashboard.css and dashboard.js. Good. So let's start with the index.html. As you know, let's put the exclamation mark and then tap on emmet abbreviation to get the dope type structure. I'm going to be expanding this a little bit to get more space. Nice. The first thing that we are going to do is also we need to open with live server. So let's make a right click here and open with live server. So in this way, we are going to have it here next to us, next to the editor. So here I'm going to change the name, and I'm going to put login sign off form. Good. Let's reference the style sheet, in this case the styles.css. So let's put here a link tag that is going to be style sheet, and we are going to reference it to the styles.css. Good. And another thing that we are going to be doing new here is that we are going to be using some icons. So we are going to be using a library that is called Font Awesome. So I have the link here, so I'm just going to copy and paste. It's quite the same. The import method or the way is the same as we are if we are importing a CSS, because it's a CSS right now, but it's on a CDM. So as you see here, I'm importing the library of Font Awesome and the version 6.4.0. Yeah, this is the URL of where is located the CSS remotely, of course. So let's go now to the body here, and on the body we are going to start with a div. This div is going to have a class of Forgot Password Modal. Good. Then inside of this div, we are going to have another one that is going to have the class of modal content. We are developing here the model for the forgot password functionality. Okay. So inside of this div here, we are going to set a heading of h2, and it's going to have the content of forgot password. Excellent. Then we are going to have a p tag here, and it's going to say enter your registered email address to receive a password reset link. Good. So next to the p tag, we are going to be opening a form. The form we are going to get rid of the action because we are not going to do anything with it. We are going to set an ID that is going to be forgot -password -form. And inside of this form, we are going to set a div. The div is going to have a class of field group. Inside of here, we are going to put another div, sorry. And this one is going to have the class of field. Okay, and inside of here, we are going to set an input that is going to be type text. And let's put here the ID forgot email. Let's put it type email. Yeah, because we are going to be placing an email here. Yeah, better to stick to the type email. And then here a placeholder that says email address. And let's put require. And since I don't want any autocomplete suggestions, I'm going to set here autocomplete off. Autocomplete off. This is a property optional. If you don't want to put it, that's okay. Good. So inside of once we get done with this div of field, we are going to set another div next to it, and this div is going to have the class of error text, because we are going to be doing some form validation. Then on the ID, we are going to say forgot email error. Good. So once we are done with this field group, we are going to be opening another div next to it. So let's put here another div, and this div is going to have the class of field. Let me just scroll a little bit to the left here, and it's going to be class of field and btn. Inside of here, we are going to set an input that is going to be type submit, because it will be kind of a button, and the value for the input is going to be send preset link. Good. After we close this div here, I want to open a p tag, and this p tag is going to have a class of modal message, and the ID is going to be forgot message. Good. So we are done with the form, and next to the form, we are going to set a button. This button is going to have a class of close modal btn, and here this is for the X sign, so I'm just going to copy and paste the X sign that you see here is that one. Good. So once we are done with this, we are going to pass right now to the main part of the login form. So now let's open another div here that is going to have a class of grabber. Here for the grabber, we are going to open another div inside of it that is going to have the class of form container. Then inside of the form container, we are going to open a div. This div is going to have a class of slide controls. Then inside of slide controls, we are going to set different inputs. The first input is going to be type radio. The name is going to be slide. The ID is going to be logging, and it's going to be checked by default. Then I'm going to have let me just copy and paste, because we are going to have another one that is going to be for the sign off. So the type is going to be radio 2, name is slide, and the ID is going to be sign up, but this one is not going to be checked by default, so let's get rid of it. Then we are going to have two labels, so let's put here label, and the first one is going to be for logging, for the ID of logging on the input. And here I wanted to set a class of slide and then logging, and the content is going to be logging. Let's copy and paste the label because we are going to do the same for the sign up. So here on sign up, let's put here for sign up. The class is going to be slide and then sign up. And let's change the content to be sign up. Excellent. Then next to the label, we are going to have another div here. This div is going to have a class of slider tab. Good. So we are done with this div of the slide control. So now we are going to open another div that is outside of it. So now we are going to opening another div that is going to be form inner. So let's put here div, and the class is going to be form inner. Good. Inside of here we are going to have another form. So let's put here form, and the action let's put it number because we are not going to do anything with it. The class is going to be login. Inside of the form we are going to be using again the field group. So let's put here div with the class of field group. Good. And then let's open the field group, and inside the field group we are going to have the class of field. So let's open another div with the class of field. Here I'm going to assign an input. So let's put here an input that is going to be type email. Let's put here type email, and the ID is going to be login email. The placeholder is going to be email address. Then I also want the autocomplete to be off. So let's put here off. Excellent. And I want it to be required. So let's put here at the end require. Good. So after this, I want to also have an error text label. So let's put here another div that is going to be class of error text, and then I want an ID to be login email error. Good. Okay, so once we have that on the field, we are going to be then opening another field group. So I'm checking something here. So for the field group, we have it here, and the error. We want this div to be outside of the field. That's correct. So I made some small mistake here. Well, it's not that much, but basically what I want is the error is going to be outside of the field here, and the label. We are good to go. Okay, so now here we are going to be opening another field group. So let's verify that we are outside of the field of the first field group div. Okay, let's make some space here, and let's open another one that is going to be again field group. And here for the field group, I want another div that is going to be with the class of field, and we are going to have also a class that is going to be password field. Good. So inside of here we are going to have an input that is going to be type password, and then we are going to have an ID that is login password. Good. Then I want a placeholder to be password. I want autocomplete to be off, so let's put here off. Okay, then I want it to be required as well, and let's just close it here. Excellent. And next to the input, I want to have to use an icon from the font Awesome, so I am going to use here the I tag, which is for icon, and then the class that we are going to be using here is FAS, which stands for awesome, and then FA hyphen I, because we are going to be using an I. Good. And then I want also to use one that is called toggle password. Excellent. So I want also to set a property that is called data target. We are going to set it to be login password. Good. Excellent. So once we are outside of the password field, we are going to set the error. So here we are going to set another div with the class of error text. So let's put here error text, and then we are going to set an ID that is going to be login password error. Excellent. So once we are done with the field group, we are going to set a certain link. So outside of the field group here, we are going to set another div. Let's put some space here, and the class is going to be pass link, and we are going to have an A tag for the link. We are going to reference to anything because we are not redirecting to another page on this link. Let's put here forgot password as a question. Good. Then we are going to have another div here that is going to have the class of field and btn. We want an input inside of here that is going to be type submit, and the value is going to be login. So let's put here value login. Excellent. And for the other one, we want another div. This one is going to have the class of sign up link. We are going to put a content of not a member. Let's put not a member. Then we are going to set an A tag here for link. We are going to put a content of sign up now. Good. Excellent. So we are done with the sign up form. Now we are going to proceed to set the sign up form. This is the login form, and then we are going to set up right now the sign up form. Good. So for the sign up form, we are going to be opening another form tag here. The action is going to be number because we are not going to do anything with it. Let's put a class that is going to be sign up. Excellent. Then inside of this form, we are going to set a div that is going to have also the class of field group. Inside of here, we are going to have another div with the class of field because we are going to be referencing an input. Inside of here, we are going to set an input that is going to be type email to. Then I want an ID that is going to be sign up email. I want a placeholder to be email address. And I want autocomplete off and require. Let's proceed to close the tag there. Excellent. And outside of the div with the class of field, I want to set the error text. So let's put here another div with the class of error text, and the ID is going to be sign up email error. Good. So we are done with this field group. We are going to be opening another one. So let's make some space here. Let's put then again the same class, field group. Here on the second field group is going to be for the password. So let's put here another div that is going to have the class of field And another class that we have here is password field. Excellent. So now inside of this div, we are going to have an input that is going to be type password. Then for the ID, I want to be sign up password. I want a placeholder to be password. I want an autocomplete off, and I want it to be required to, and I will be require, and I am going to close the tag here at the end. Excellent. And I want to use an icon here again, so let's put here the I tag, and then the class, since we are using the Awesome library, is FAS, and then for the FA-I, and I want to set another class that is toggle password. Excellent. And the data target is going to be, in this case, sign up password. Good. So once we get all side of the field, in this case of the password field, we are going to be setting another div with the error text. So let's put here div, and the class is going to be error text, and the ID is going to be sign up password error. Good. So we are done with this field group. Now we are going to open another one. So let's make some space for it. I'm here right now for the class. Let's put again field group. This is the third one. Also, this one is going to be quite same to the previous one, because this is for confirming the password. So basically, I'm just going to copy and paste because it looks the same. So let's make it here. Yeah, so all that we have here, as you see, is the field, the password field, and then we have this one that is going to be type password 2. Instead of the ID is going to change because we are confirming the password, so that's why we have here sign up confirm password. The placeholder is going to be confirm password. We want to autocomplete off and require to. Oh, I forgot to close this. Excellent. And then for the icon is going to be the same, Awesome FAI, and then toggle password. Good. And then the error that is going to be outside of the field. Good. So outside of the field group, we are going to have a button. So let's define where we have the field group, and outside of it, next to it, we are going to have a button. So in this case, we are going to set a div here. The class is going to be field btn. So let's put field and then btn. Inside of here, we are going to declare an input that is going to be type submit, and the value is going to be sign up. So let's put here value sign up. Excellent. So now let's verify that we have everything working as expected. Okay, good. And so now what we are going to do is open the script tab at the end before closing the body to reference the script.js. So let's put here src script.js. And now let's proceed to make the same for the dashboard.html. So let's go right now to the dashboard. I'm going to make a right click on the dashboard, and then just make open with live server. So here it's the same as we were doing on index.html, but now I'm going to be doing with dashboard. So let's put here exclamation mark, MN abbreviation, good. So and now we are going to put change the name here to be dashboard. Okay. Here I want also, let me verify if it is executing correctly. Yeah, we are good. Yeah. So since I was executing before of creating the dot type, that's why it wasn't working. Here I'm going to reference to the style sheet that we have on dashboard. So let's put here link, and we are going to be referencing the dashboard.css. Excellent. And then inside of the body here, we are going to open a div. This div is going to have the class of welcome. Inside of this div, we are going to have an h1. The ID of the h1 is going to be welcome message. Excellent. So let's put here welcome to your dashboard. Good. Then let's put a p tag here that says, let me just copy and paste to avoid some spelling issues, because this is just text. Yeah, there is nothing technical here. So oh yeah, let me just put here. Yeah, so all that I'm saying here is your authentication token email was successfully retrieved from local storage. We will reach out to that part when we were on the JavaScript section. Then next to this, we are going to be opening another div that is going to be the user info. So let's put here another div with class of user info. Excellent. Inside of this div, we are going to have two p tags. The first one is going to have another tag that is strong. And here in strong, we are going to put status. Let's put here log in, and let's do the same for the second one that we are missing. Then we want a strong here, user email, and for the user email, it's going to be an span with an ID that is going to be user email display. By this time, we are just going to put 3 dots, dot, dot, dot. And next to this, we are going to have a button that, we are going to have a button next to the user info that is for logging out. So let's put here a button. The button is going to have an on click, and we are going to got a function that is logout. And we are going to have a content that says logout. Excellent. And for the last, before of closing the body tag, we are going to reference the dashboard.js. So let's put here source and /dashboard.js. Good. So this concludes the HTML part, guys. I'm thinking that I'm going to divide this series on 3 videos. So now, on the next video, I'm going to be covering all the CSS, and then on the third video, we are going to be doing the final steps, that is adding interaction to both pages. In this case, it's going to be the index.html and then the dashboard.html. So let's jump into the next video.